guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back. I think you might recognize this painting from my video labeled my first canvas dip. I forget what number it was. I started numbering my paintings in 2020. I forget what number it is. But I noticed after I painted this, and even after I did the close-ups, that there's a spot here that's bare canvas. There's a spot up here that's bare canvas. At first look, I thought it was just white paint, but it's bare canvas. So I'm going to try to fill them in with little paintbrushes and some of the colors used in that. I don't know how well it's going to blend. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm going to give it a try and see. I did remember, sorry, you might be able to hear my dog in the background. She just came in the room. I remember when I did my close-up, I was saying I don't know what that spot is, and I don't know what some of these spots are. Whenever I watched it back during editing, I figured out what they were. They're because I had that strainer on top of this canvas after I did my strainer pour video, and I let just the rest of the paint drip out of that onto here. That's why there are some round texture spots under this. I didn't realize... I don't know how I forgot that's what it was when I was doing my close-ups and saying I don't know what it is. Whenever I go to varnish this, I may be able to sand that down a little bit so it's not so rough. I'll probably put a layer of varnish over and see what it's like. I'm sorry, you can hear my dog playing now. She gets very anxious lately. These spots over here that are white, I'm going to look. I think that that is actually white paint. And that's what I thought these were at first, but that might be, but I don't think that they are because they go down a little bit under the line of the paint over here. So I'm going to try to touch them up, but I don't know how I didn't remember what those were when I did my close-ups. I don't have a whole lot of empty space. It doesn't have paint on this tablecloth, or not tablecloth, on this, these plastic placemats, but that's okay. I'm just going to put a little bit of these. That one was pearlescence. This one is white, titanium white. I'm going to put a little bit of these colors down and just dip my paintbrushes in those and try to fill in my spots and see what happens. And this is metallic gold. I don't have every single color that is in this, but I think if I can do it without going over the lines or without messing the rest of it up, I think I can fill these in a little bit, so that they kind of are level with the rest of the painting. Prussian blue. The Prussian blue and the self-mixed turquoise is why it's so dark around these edges. And that's kind of what color's there. And this is the self-mixed turquoise. I'm going to start with a smaller brush and try... I'm going to mist the pink and the other colors that are down here, but I'm going to first of all start with some of the titanium white just to make sure the canvas is covered. My dog's playing music with her toy in the background for you. And as I brush this on, I noticed that this might really be a very thin little bit of that white paint instead of just bare canvas, which is pretty good. I mean, that might not have been bare canvas. It might have had a touch of the white paint over it. But I want to try to fill it in with a little bit of white and a little bit of this pearlescent color. It's not going to match the pink and the orange and the yellow. I'm not using those colors, but I think it might be okay. And then I'll wipe this off. And I want to add a touch of gold down here and kind of swirl it around. I don't know how that's going to look actually. This is all white paint down through here. Maybe I should add a little bit of the gold over that too. Maybe add a little bit more gold now. Maybe I should have just filled it with gold. Since this was a dip, I may take a paper towel and dip over this. That may be something to try. I think I want more of the gold in here. Maybe touch a little bit of gold down through here too, because there is some gold over here. I don't know how this is going to look or how this is going to turn out, or if this is going to make it better or worse, but I just wanted to try to fill in some of this where I thought was blank canvas, because it doesn't have the look of the rest of the paint. Wipe the brush off. This is definitely, it might have a little bit of white paint, but it's definitely a big spot as well. Like some of these, that's kind of a spot, and some of it's kind of spotty, and that is the white, but some of it just looked very glaringly white, so I wanted to try my hand at filling them in. And I'm going to start up here with this Prussian blue. I'm going over the edges a little bit, and that's on accident. This is why I don't paint with purpose. I don't paint fine details because I'm not good at it. I see the spot and I'm still going over the lines. I'm going to put that blue there, and then I'm going to, I forgot to get a cup of water, but then I'm going to take some of this self-mixed turquoise and mix in with it, because that's kind of, I am going to go over the corners on purpose this time to try to blend it with the rest, because those colors mixed together is how we got the look that we have anyway. And now the light is blinding me, so I can't even see what I'm doing up there. I may try that here too, on a little bit of this. I may be making it worse, to be honest, but I just wanted to give it a try. The more I added this gold and stuff down here, let me try this different brush. The more I added this gold and stuff down here, the more it looks like more of this white needs covered in a little bit of gold. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making it better or worse. I don't know if I try maybe put a little bit of the gold up here too. Just to kind of, no, thinking maybe to kind of make it sparkle, but I'll just smear some of this turquoise over that blue, and that's kind of what the rest of the color is. Sorry, I'm mumbling a little bit. Maybe just go out to the corner with that. I didn't get any of the turquoise over that. I guess I'm filling in that whole white spot there. I don't know. Try a little bit of gold added to that too. Okay. Since this was a dip and they look kind of strange right now, I'm going to tear off this little piece of paper towel and spray it with water, dampen it a little bit, and I'm going to put it down and try to do a reverse dip just so that it can make it look more natural. No, it took all that paint off of there. It didn't make it natural, it took all the paint off. It took that paint off. I'm going to do it on all. Yeah, it took that paint off. That didn't work. So we'll have to fill those in again. Sorry, my idea didn't work. There's a little bit of it left. So I'll just dab these on here again. First of all, do some white. And then wipe the white. Add some pearlescent. And then add some gold. And then I would just have to wait and see how that dries. And see if I made it better or worse. I wish I could kind of flatten it out. That doesn't... I don't know. I'm not sure how this is going to work. As I put paint on, it takes paint off too. This may be really boring to watch. I may not share this video. I need something that just... I need to blot it on without taking it off. I don't know why blotting it on also takes it off. Where I blot takes paint up. Sorry if my head's in the way. Maybe if I do a dry dip. That just takes it all off. Okay. Didn't mean to do that either. I didn't mean to do that either. So let's just try again. I wonder what will happen if I pour some gold on there. And then try to dip. Since it was originally a dip, maybe I'll try dry dip and see what happens. Nope, takes the paint right off. Huh. I can't figure out how to fix this. Maybe having that much paint and then I can spread it around. Maybe after it dries it will sink in. I'm going to cover a little bit of this over here and see what happens whenever it dries. Trying to smooth it a little bit. I'm sorry if this is boring. Maybe that will work out better. I don't know. Let's try a little bit up here of blue. And then I'll try some turquoise over top. And that was a lot that came out. Maybe swirl the colors together, since that's kind of how it was. No, that was a lot. I'm going to definitely dip a little bit of that off because that was too much paint that came out. First of all, go over this white spot. Try to dip some of that paint off. Now I've really smeared the heck out of it. Okay, I'm sorry, this isn't working. I've got to wipe that before it covers that yellow there. Okay, maybe just a tiny bit of the blue, which is what I have, and now a tiny dip, and then a tiny bit of that color, and a tiny dip. I'm making it worse, I can see that, but I can't make myself stop. Because I don't know how to stop. I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't know where to stop. Sorry. I will save these paper towels and use them again because there's not a lot on them. I'll use them to wipe my hands in the future. Try to get it off of that yellow part at least. And keep wiping that off, but there's a little bit like the canvas is covered, but it's not really that spot filled in. And then too much paint comes out. So what if I do put that on there and I try to tilt a little bit? Kind of go that way and back. Just maybe try to tilt over that corner. Kind of mix the colors together a little bit so that we kind of get that color back. I think I need a touch more blue to get that color back. I think the blue I had on here dried. I'm just trying a little bit of everything I can think of to try to fill that corner in with those colors. And I don't know what that'll look like when it dries. I don't know if I've made it worse or better, but I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave this with this gold down here and see what happens when it dries. I'm going to take some of that paint from up there and put over here and see what happens over here. Okay, those colors right now don't look like what the painting looks like, but I don't really know what else to try. I don't know if I should try filling in more of that with that gold. So that's it for this video. I do see there's a little bit of white there where there's white paint and a little bit where you can still see the canvas, but I'm not really going to mess with anything else because my ideas didn't really work, and those parts are going to really stand out now, and I'm not going to like it. But I don't really like this sticking out or any of these things sticking out underneath, and this was my first dip so that I could see what would happen. So now I know if I'm going to reuse something in the future that has spots like this under it, I need to put a thick base coat down to cover those spots. I also know to pay attention for bare canvas spots. And I also know that I don't know how to fill in bare canvas spots. So this has taught me a few things. And I'm sorry if you think this video was boring. You don't have to watch, but if you did, I appreciate it. And have a blessed day. Bye. Here are just a couple of dry result looks at the fill-ins that I did. And the gold and the one in the corner don't look too bad, but the third little spot right here I really don't like. So I learned that I'm not really good at filling things in if I leave bare canvas. So I won't try to do it again.